Okay. Yes, this is your soul brother Taalib. As you know, I am with Angel Snup 7 and Sister Noble Levine of Reality Temple Ministries. And I would just like to say that this is going to just be a prelude video to a video that me and brother Angel Snup 7 got going tomorrow. So you could chime in to check out that video as well. But this is going to be the prelude part to it. I would like to discuss right now, though, concerns of what's happening in social media. Well, mainly in black YouTube land, of course, and other so-called black social media. But I would like to just say this, that you know, I just want to, put it out there that, look, like I've already spoken about in another video I did yesterday concerning how people feel about me and the naysayers and stuff and all that. And then the people, is even going as far as being disrespectful and stuff like that. And I also brought up the situation about people making threats toward one another in these videos, especially when it deal with debates and stuff like that. And people disagree with one another and then want to turn around and threaten each other. Well, for that, I just like to say this here. You know, I just want to point out something to you, especially to those of you in the so-called pro-black conscious community. When it comes to, disrespecting each other in these beef videos and whatnot and stuff, and threatening each other. Don't you ever think sometime to realize, because you act like the average Negro that you refer to as the 85% of the lost and found, or the dead, dumb, deaf, and blind, but you just as worse as them. You're no different from them, when it comes to this madness in black YouTube land. And, I just like to say that when you threatening one another, you don't even know who you talking to sometime. You never consider to think, who is this you're actually really talking to, other than who you've been told that you're talking to. You never wonder to think, who are you actually getting in these verbal altercations with over these videos on social media. You never think about how can something end up, turning from nothing into a molehill mountain, where somebody end up appearing at your doorsteps unexpectedly after you done threatened them and made all these statements without them even saying a word, or them saying less and doing whatever they got to do. You know what I mean? And then when they step to your door, not only is they coming to take you out, they coming to take your family out with you. Do you ever pay that any mind, or, pay any attention to stuff like that? Because stuff like that exists when situations, get out of hand in social media. I know many of you in social media that do Facebook, that do Instagram, and other forms of social media knows that this type of stuff goes on. That people always lose their lives, even ending up losing their freedom over beef videos, or getting caught up, in conflicts over social media and all that kind of stuff there. I'm pretty sure y'all are fully aware of this, but y'all still, take chances on putting yourselves out there for that type of stuff to happen. And I just don't understand it. I really don't. But then again, I do. I have to, let me take that back. Yeah, I do. Because a slave mind like person, as the people that most of us are, as dark-skinned descendants of slaves born here in America, that is something that should be expected, unfortunately. You know, y'all don't never take time to assess the situation or analyze the situation for y'all go to talking to each other recklessly. You know, and it's just sad because you're making yourself look real stupider and stupider, just like the buffoons that a lot of you are in front of the face of the whole world and don't even care. You want other cultures and nationalities to respect you. But look at what you, show yourself to be when you act ignorant among each other over social media. You know, and then what you do is you put yourself in a situation to where you got to prove or show and prove what you saying when you making threats and all that. Because like I said before in the other video from yesterday, that everybody just ain't gonna lay down. Some people ain't gonna say nothing at all and just show up at your door unexpectedly. You know, but like I said before, I mean, you take, just like you took the Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign for a joke, and a lot of other stuff that y'all take for a joke, that's real serious, and that has some type of kind of impact of effect on us as a people. You know, I don't know basically how much else to really say, you know, because a lot of you know what I'm talking about. And y'all know it's true. Whether y'all want to admit it or not, y'all know it's true. And the fact of the matter is that when you disrespect one another, like I said, over social media, you also got the white man watching. But yet you sitting up here calling him devils and all this. And I'm speaking to you that's in the black conscious community. When you refer to the white man or the Caucasian as a devil, he looking at you. That's why they don't take pro-black consciousness serious. That's why they even look at y'all as a bunch of jokes. You know, and rightfully so. Because y'all are proving yourselves to be just that. You know? And like I said before, at the end of the day, don't nobody take y'all serious. You know? And when y'all go to threatening each other and talking crap about what you gonna do to one another, especially over social media, you don't know who else is watching you. Because the least expected person you think won't do nothing to you, you don't know. You can't underestimate people. And see, that's the problem with us, you know, in the rest of the world. People think that you could just say anything to anybody, any way, any kind of way you can, and it ain't gonna be no repercussions behind it. That's why, like I said, I don't get caught up in debates. I don't get caught up into a lot of other nonsense rhetoric that goes on YouTube or in social media, because I know what it could seriously lead to. You know, these are childish games. We grown adults. Of course, we should know better, but many of us don't think is in such that manner. So we do the things that a child would do. We say the things that a child would say. And as a result, we get consequences because of such actions, whether we want to accept it as a fact or not. It is what it is. And that's why I don't, I hear all the time, like I be seeing people getting shot live on Facebook, somebody getting shot live on Instagram, or somebody going to prison for a long time because of a beef that then got started on social media and all this kind of stuff, and that's why I say the things that I say, to point out stuff that hopefully you will let marinate where you could really think about. Because I mean, at the end of the day, this is a serious game you playing. Ain't nothing funny about this game you playing. Lives has been lost over YouTube beefs, over social media beefs. People in prison right now doing time over social media beefs. It could be some of y'all relatives that could be sitting in prison or dead over social media beefs. I mean, this is not no game. This is for real. And this is the reason why, I say what I say. And I say it with passionate conviction. Because I really want to see our people rise up out the ashes of this slave-like condition that we in. But because we cannot even, correspond with each other in a respectful, civil manner, let alone social media, but even in public, among each other, it's like, hey, this is why, like I said yesterday in the other video, we might as well go on and face our fate as far as total annihilation as a people. And it wouldn't be no skin off of my back. Matter of fact, wholeheartedly, I would be glad if the pecker would finish me off by putting a blindfold over my eyes and pointing a pistol to the back of my head and blowing my head away so I could fall in that mass grave ditch. Because that's where most of us going. Because our slave-like way of thinking anyway. So, hey, you might as well just go on and accept it as the way it's going to come. In that such manner. Because we're too docile as a people when it comes to, the seriousness of our situation. We take things for granted. We take things for a game. And it's just, it's not no game. This is serious. We dealing with an enemy that has a history of destroying and wiping out whole entire nations of people, tribes, not only in this country, but beyond this country. And for a lot of you that know it, you ought to be ashamed of yourself to even want to play around while you know you living amongst an enemy that could just annihilate us like that. And they got the resources to do it. So like I said before, you could play that game all you want to with yourselves, your families, your children, and their futures, as well as their future generations. But hey, this is not no game. This is serious. And I know many of you will probably say, well, you sound too serious or you take life too serious. Well, you damn right I do. Because we are in a slave-like condition that's called HELL. So yeah, I'm very serious. Maybe that's why I don't have a whole lot of associates. Maybe that's why a whole lot of people don't want to deal with me. And you know, I ain't got no problem with that either. Because I know what I'm faced with as being a dark-skinned descendant of a slave born in America. And I know the seriousness behind it. It was a time I was like you, caught in La La Land, caught in the religion thing, caught in the pro-black conscious, fickle-minded way of thinking. You know, caught up living in fantasy land and all that. I've been there, done that. I know all about that, you know. But I come to realize once I rose from the thinking of childlike play and developed into the thinking of the way a grown adult should be thinking, that's when I realized how serious things was. Okay, and I ain't talking about age-wise, I'm just talking about in the mental capacity state way of thinking. You know, but this is serious. This is very serious. This is not no game. You know, and you got people, you know, like those that disagree with the Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign and who took it for a joke. You know, when it ain't never been tried, but everything else they doing still and that's already been tried and still ain't worked. Whether it's the RGB, pro-black conscious, Kemetic, Islam, or whatever form of pro-black consciousness y'all people are involved in. You know. But it still ain't worked. It still ain't brought us up out of our slave-like condition. You know, and like I said before, it's not a game. And then you turn around and you disrespect people who come on this, like the ones like us who come on this platform, you know, to try to bring y'all ideal that would kind of act all that other stuff that ain't worked for us for going on 500 years in this country as a people. You know, and then you want to take it as some kind of joke and try to downgrade it or downplay it and all that kind of stuff when it ain't never been tried. But the bottom line is most of you scared and you comfortable living in your condition as slaves. That's all that shows. And it's what it boils down to at the end of the day. You really don't want to be free. But you want to get on here and disrespect people like me, Brother Angel Snup 7, Sister Noble Levine, and others who think like-minded as we do, you know? Like that brother Dope Coke, you know, whose channels y'all done flagged, and other people that speak truth against what y'all about. And y'all flagged their channels and all kind of crazy stuff. You know? So you know, like I said before, you know, it's not no game. This is for real. You know, and like I say, you know, I have no problem with y'all being disagreeable, but when it comes to the disrespect and the threats, you know, that could really cause a serious situation. Like I said before, not only the fact that y'all could actually have somebody at y'all door unexpectedly, but you talking about involving families. Not just as individuals, but you talking about involving families. Are you willing to risk your safety as well as your family's safety over frivolous threats? Especially against people that you don't agree with? Because of an opinion or whatever? That just don't, This shows how pathetic and ignorant dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America is. And again, like I said before, this is why no one takes us serious. This is why no one respects us. And then you wonder why we get treated the way we do overall by society, by the rest of society. You wonder why we get treated the way we do. Look at how we conduct ourselves when it comes to each other. We don't even take so-called black life serious. Where's Black Lives Matter? When we killing each other at all-time high number rates every day in this country. Where's our so-called black leaders at? See, y'all don't take black life serious as y'all claim y'all do. So like I said before, at the end of the day, this is just, I'm just putting something out there just so you can really see as far as what's happening. Because this is not no game. You're saying reckless stuff, being very disrespectful, and I'm not just saying toward this platform that I'm speaking from. I'm talking about other platforms. Like I said before, like Brother Dope Coke, and some other people that y'all have, went against, even to the point of having their channels flagged down. And what kind of stuff is that? Would you like somebody to flag your channel or your page because they don't agree with what you saying? See, it's about treating people the way you want to be treated. And it's only fair. And this is the reason why I say the things I say once again with a passionate conviction. And like I said before, I'm totally with my brother Angel Snup 7. As far as him already publicly putting it out there that he's gonna take some of you idiots to court as far as flagging his channel. I'm in 100% support behind him with that. Because that's not right what y'all doing. So y'all could call him a snitch, or FBI informant, a rat, or whatever y'all want to call him. That's fine with me. Y'all could call me the same thing. But I'm supporting him. Because it's wrong what y'all doing. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody being no snitch or no rat or nothing. Right is right. Just like wrong is wrong, right is right. The things you doing to that brother and other people that y'all don't agree with, like I said before, y'all wouldn't like it if other people did it to y'all. And y'all damn well know what I'm saying is the truth when it comes in regards to that. So, like I said before, hey, y'all need to cut the crap. I mean, y'all really need to. Y'all really need to. And like I said before in another video, this is why I don't care about what happens to a lot of our people when it comes to, us being gunned down by these races every day in the streets of America. When I see stuff like that online, like I said, I just scroll past it. because most of you want to be comfortable in the situation, knowing or unknowingly, of the fact that you living among your enemies, and you not making no plans and no kind of intentions on building a defense up against where we find ourselves at as a group of people, far as us as dark-skinned descendants of slaves born here in America. So, hey, like I said before, you might as well prepare to accept whatever fate comes in the form of total annihilation, which these crackers have a plan for us, in place for. And a lot of you, like I said, in the pro-black conscious community know this, and y'all know what I'm talking about, and y'all know that this is a fact. But yet, y'all still want to be comfortable. Most of y'all still even making plans to want to be comfortable in this cesspool called America. Y'all don't want to separate from the enemy. Matter of fact, I want to point out something. It's a lot of our brothers and sisters, and I've spoken about this before, that was involved in the 1960s and 70s, movement of liberation for soul people. Like Sister Sada Shakur, who was able to escape from prison and end up in Cuba, where she's still at today. Matulu Shakur, who's supposed to be the father of Tupac Shakur, or at least the adopted father of Tupac Shakur, and and other activists that have been imprisoned, like Jamil El-Amin, and a lot of others, including others that have recently been released after doing decades for trying to, stand up for the liberation of us as a people. And they went through doing all this time in prison for nothing. And the ones that are still in prison doing time for nothing. After all that, what they was doing, when they thought they was standing for something right, as far as fighting for our liberation as a people, and they still sitting in there. Some of them probably done died in there because of old age or whatever, or because some type of disease they've caught since they've been incarcerated, And none of y'all really care. Y'all don't even take consideration of that. Them people, you understand, fought and died or went to prison so we could be able to walk more easier through this valley, shadow of death that we find ourselves in as a people here in this country. And we don't even have no consideration of even sending them money to go on their books, or trying to help them to get free from their oppressive condition in the criminal justice system of this country. That, of course, is racist. And because of racism is which is why they are still caught up in that system. Because they were standing up trying to make it better for us. And better for us is current generations that don't even know nothing about them. And this is what really grinds my gears, as someone would say. Like where I'm at here in Nebraska, it's two brothers that was, former members of the original Black Panther Party back in the early 70s that got locked up in Omaha. Some say they were framed over a killing of a Caucasian police officer in Omaha at that time. Well, they're still sitting in prison here in Nebraska with no out date. Not able to look forward to an out date. You know, it's like they're all forgotten about, you know. And I mean, it's like, you know, y'all think this is, like I say, some kind of game. This is not no game. This is our lives. This is about the lives of our future generations coming behind us. And we still think this is some kind of game. While y'all running around thinking y'all free. Ain't nothing hardly changed since the civil rights movement of over 50 years ago, like y'all think. Ain't nothing really changed majorly like that. And as y'all look at the current events, even up to now, recently, in more recent times, it dictates that fact of my point, you know. So like I said before, I mean, hey, you can keep playing games all you want to, but this is real. Like I said before in another video, liberation is not about fun and games. You know, and you could take this for a joke of what I'm saying, and you know, and it's fine if you don't take it for a joke. But this is for real. Either way it go. It's about work. Liberation is about work. Not sitting up listening to feel good talk. Especially coming from the pro-black conscious concept of things, which ain't leading our people no damn where. Period. You know, and with that, you know, like I said, this was just a prelude video. You know, far as the video that me and brother Angel Snuff 7 is gonna be making tomorrow. So tune in for that one, like I said earlier. And for those of you that will be watching this video once it's posted, you know, you can jot down your comments in the comment section and I'll get back with you. Otherwise, you know, I'm Audi 5000 in peace.